Alright, I'm gonna say it. Some of y'all aren't gonna like it. Doesn't make it any less true. Here we go. A lot of really good men are leaving marriages. Why is that? Is it because they fell out of love? Or is it something else? A lot of what we're seeing now is men leaving marriages, not because they've fallen out of love, but because they feel unappreciated within that marriage. Now, these guys, they work all day, they provide, they make sure you're safe, they make sure you're taken care of. What do they get in return? A lot of them are getting criticism for what they didn't do, as opposed to the thankfulness for what they did. Men are not like women. They don't need a big show of affection. They don't need a parade. They don't need constant gifts. But what they do need is appreciation, gratitude, respect. What they want to hear is that the person they're working so hard for, or the family that they're working so hard for, to say, we appreciate all that hard work you're putting in. We see you. When a man feels unappreciated at home, doesn't matter how much he loves you, at a certain point, he can't keep continuing to pour from an empty cup. He's going to stop trying to pour into a cup that's continually empty. He's also going to stop pouring into a cup that constantly is looked at as half full.
Men aren't walking away from relationships because of the big arguments. They're walking away because you're constantly testing him. If you really loved me, you would do this. Oh, I'm gonna secretly pull back to see how he reacts. If he doesn't react properly, I'm gonna start an argument with him. If he doesn't do blank, he's in trouble, but I'm not gonna say what that is. And also, would you ask a man these questions that you respect? Probably not. And for men, respect is everything. If you want a man to open up, you don't corner him with games. Because when a man feels like every answer he says is wrong, eventually he just stops caring.
Lock in on your purpose. Build your legacy. Guard your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. In today's reality, one of the smartest decisions a man can make is to invest in himself instead of throwing his time, energy, and sanity into relationships that no longer offer clarity, stability, or loyalty.
I don't think men like women anymore. You see, I cook, I clean, I take care of the kids, I do everything right, and yet I'm still single. I just don't get it.
Apparently, there are a lot of men out there that are done with being used and all the other BS that comes with modern dating, and they're probably just sitting at home alone, ignoring people. And as women, I think it's time for us to start taking accountability. Women are just way too busy looking for their next meal ticket or who's gonna buy them their next Louis bag, okay? And I am so sick of it because women have become so toxic towards men, and it's not fair. Men deserve to be loved and cherished, and all these toxic women are just ruining it for the good ones like myself. And I'm just so sick of it, and I don't know how it's gonna stop. Like, we need men. We literally need men. So women, just stop ruining it for everyone.
It's painful but real. Many men are walking away bruised, used, and emotionally drained, often by someone they genuinely loved. That kind of betrayal doesn't just hurt. It rewires how a man views love, trust, and commitment forever.
There was a study done in the 90s, and what they found out, I think, still holds true today. So what they did is they took a group of men and they took a group of women and they categorized these men. So it was like high status, t-shirt, McDonald's. Same thing with the women. High status, t-shirt, McDonald's. And then they asked, the men, okay, would you go to coffee with this person, go on a date, marry? And in all three categories, the guy didn't care. He's like, yes, sure, whatever. With women, it was a whole different story. Women went to the high status man for the majority of them. So that was for coffee, date, marriage. My takeaway on this is just goes along with the trends I've been seeing. So we are in this Kardashian culture and have been for, 10 years. I don't know how long they've been on. But this idea of perfection has just been kind of unseen before. I mean, before we had magazines, we knew they were kind of airbrushed, but what we see now, women are doing eyebrows, microblading, dermaplaning, eyelash extensions, hair extensions, lip fillers, cheek fillers, breast implants, butt implants, fat transfer, taking ribs out. I mean, literally women are taking their ribs out. So I think just the pressure and the unattainable like beauty that they put on themselves, they're also putting that sort of unattainable image and desire on a guy as well. And that's why these guys are backing out, because guys know, like, that's crazy. Like, we can't do all that. Like, some can. I mean, it's the small minority can do that. But for the majority of men, they're not going to be able to get to your high standards that you not only put on yourself, but you're putting on these men too. And I don't even know if women are aware that they're doing that. And if you think about it, it's really a beautiful thing that men will just kind of take you as you are. Like, they don't need you to be high status, or they don't care where you work. If you work at McDonald's or you're making six figures and some executive of a company. But look at what we're doing to men. We want them to just be everything. It's unattainable. They're getting out of the market, and rightfully so. So I even asked my brother about this. I said, hey, is this true? Like, men don't care? He's like, 1,000%. Men could give two shits. And I was like, that's going to be a topic then. So anyways, guys, follow for more. Comment below what you think, or, you know, even ask your friends, talk about their experience, and like leave it in the comments, because I think we're onto something.
Everything now seems to revolve around appearances, online validation, curated lifestyles, and attention. Depth is being sacrificed. Values are being traded for likes. Real connection has been replaced by performance and image management.
He's not ignoring you. He's not cheating on you. He's not with someone else. He's not sitting there and liking other girls' pictures. He's not talking or texting to another girl. He is fucking tired. He is done giving his all. When he goes to work, someone needs him. When he comes home, someone needs him. His friends need him. His family needs him. Everyone fucking needs him. And he never gets a break. He is screaming from the top of his lungs, and no one can hear him to give him a fucking time out. He has to sit in that car before he even goes in to face you, because he is mentally and physically fucking drained. And you are more concerned that he may be cheating. Where the fuck would he get the time to even do that? He's tired.
They know the port really of you. They know just as well as you know that that baby that you are carrying is not made out of love. That baby is made out of spite and get back. This is what women do all the time. Y'all do this all the time to prove that I still got it.
I guess wasn't pausing it enough or something. I don't know.
To prove that you see a man still want me. Just a man, grow up. Why are y'all using y'all wounds as get back? What we not about to do.
I'm gonna chop it up some more.
If you want a leader, you cannot have all that pushback when a man is trying to push you to improve, because a good man is going to make you a better woman. He's going to hold you accountable. He's going to hold a mirror up to you, but y'all don't like that. Y'all will call that abusive or control.
I guess I gotta keep pausing it. You know what I'm saying?
Which is manipulative. Or you'll holler, oh, so I'm not good enough for you, which is deflection. Stop trying to flip shit. Stop trying to confuse that man and make him think he's being mean, when in reality, you just don't want to admit that he's right. If you want a leader.
Shooting apples.
Nah, bro, niggas will crack first.
Your discretion is advised. If you ever end up like the young man in this video, get rid of her immediately.
And then never text you back. So that's how I started doing niggas.
Why? Why do women think it works the same way around? You are giving them exactly what they want. This is female logic at its finest. You are not gaining the upper hand by initiating the sex.
Most men are not qualified to be in relationships with women.
Just say I'm broke, I need money. It's a lot easier.
Good women.
One thing you don't never do, man.
Men are finally waking up. They are starting to see that being loyal, giving, and doing everything right does not mean that you will be appreciated. Too many good men.
I'm gonna take this down and bring it.
Funny how nobody wants to talk about consequences until they arrive. Then suddenly everyone's confused.
You know, I see why men are staying single, because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet. Tired of disrespect. Tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So, they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
More and more people want the status of a relationship without the responsibility that comes with it. Marriage used to mean sacrifice, teamwork, and loyalty. Now, for many, it's seen as an upgrade, a lifestyle boost, or something to show off, not something to protect or work for.
He was angry. He was toxic. He was cheating. He was manipulating. He was gaslighting. Shut the fuck up. No, girl. You manipulated, you gaslit, you were talking to other men, you were posting exotic pictures all over your fucking Instagram, you were luring every single fucking man in, every single bit of fucking attention you got, you fucking loved it. And the moment he even said anything about it, he was controlling. The moment he asked you anything about it, he was way too controlling, and he didn't trust you, and he wasn't loyal, and he wasn't respectful. You haven't been fucking respectful to that man for a very fucking long time, and now you want to claim that he's the toxic one? Now you want to claim that he's the bad one, and you're gonna sit there and play the fucking victim like you always do, instead of realizing that you just lost a really fucking good man that, one, thought about your safety, two, didn't want to see you go into some dickhead and losing you and losing anything that you two had built together, a guy that loved you unconditionally, but because of your own ego, you lost him.
This isn't rare. It's the everyday reality for thousands of men who stay silent and take the hits without ever being heard.
How does a woman take care of a man?
What do you mean?
How should a woman take care of a man?
She shouldn't have to.
At all?
No.
Then why should a man date a woman?
What kind of question is that?
Like, what value would you provide to a man?
What? That's a crazy question.
What do you mean?
You shouldn't have to provide some value to a man.
Then what's the point of the relationship?
What value do they provide to us?
Protecting you, providing for you.
This is exactly why so many men are just done with dating. Because I have said this before, and I will say it again. A man is taught his entire life how to treat a woman. But a woman is taught her entire life how to be treated by a man, not how to treat a man. Ladies, if you want the benefits of a man, you need to put forth some amount of effort. It doesn't even need to be as much effort as him. It just needs to be something, because that is what indicates to a man that you're actually interested in him. And honestly, when one person is carrying all of the load of the relationship, well, how is that fun?
Men aren't demanding perfection. They're begging for peace. No manufactured drama. No emotional battlefields. No entitlement. Just respect, stability, and the ability to breathe again.
Ladies, here's the thing. We want men to be husbands. We want the rings and the things. But family, we cannot advocate for marriage without addressing the full picture. The elephant in the room. Women aren't bred to be wives today. Past generations have raised us up to pursue a career. Forget the man. He's an afterthought. Because when the man act up, you have an out. That degree that you can fall back on. And now, family, we have women who have been bred to be more of a husband than a wife. Let's keep it real. What is society teaching us? Look at the propaganda. Look at the social media. We can't continue to come at men for their lack of commitment, but not also state the obvious. There's a shortage of women worth making long-term or lifelong commitments to. We aren't training up wives. We're training up hypersexual, petty, money-hungry, cannot take any accountability, insecure, immature, women that can't even cover a pot, let alone a man. Women with the mentality that anything goes as long as I'm making $1 from it. Hyper-independent, attention seeking, career obsessed, not nurturing, selfish, girlfriend at best women. We want men to lock things down. And I agree, men should. But we gotta give them something worth committing to. And our media isn't pushing that agenda. It's keeping us single.
Marriage is barely surviving in the modern world. The legal and social systems still run on outdated assumptions, while the risks keep rising. Until real balance is restored, more men will continue to see marriage as a gamble, not a goal. Yes, expectations should go both ways. But let's be real, the imbalance has grown extreme. The effort demanded from men keeps increasing, while appreciation, loyalty, and respect seem to be decreasing.
A third of men, 33%, a little over a third, of men between the ages of 18 and 29 are not only single, but they're not actively looking for a partner. So I've got a question for the men. So my comments are filled with guys saying we're done. We're not looking. We like our peace. I need some more talk from you guys. Tell me why you're done.
You know, I'm seeing more and more of these videos, and honestly, it makes me sad because guys have told women why. We've made it very clear why we're walking away. And we're walking away in droves, and it's only going to get worse because you're not hearing why we're walking away. It's very simple. Don't read between the lines. Hear these words. There is absolutely no benefit anymore to being in a relationship with a woman for a man. None. Zero. Zilch. Especially when you consider the risk compared to any potential reward. Roughly 55% of marriages end in divorce and the guy loses everything. Add into it all the relationships where they weren't married and the guy lost access to his kids and had to pay mountains of child support and so on. When you really look at it, there's less than a 1 in 4 chance of having a successful relationship. Would you risk?
For a lot of men, modern relationships now feel like walking into debt. Demands up front, appreciation on back order. Effort is expected. Gratitude is optional.
Really, there are not enough wives to go around. There are not enough wives to go around for the average man. There are more OnlyFans workers, sex workers, and cam models than there are teachers in this country under the age of 35. And when we look at the average woman, 1 out of 3 has had an abortion, 1 out of 4 has had an STD, and 90% have been on birth control at some point in their lives. I would argue that it is not always in men's best interest to get married. Imagine, okay, you had to sign, you got a contract, and this contract says that your partner has all of the leverage. And this contract says your business partner is paid to leave you. Yes, they're paid to break this contract, and this business partner will be rewarded for ruining your life financially and emotionally. If we take the religion out of it, because the facts don't care about your religion, I'm sorry, I'm a Catholic, but we have to be honest here, you would never sign that contract. But the truth of the matter is, until child custody laws change, you will not see women act different. Really, there are not enough wives to go around. There are not enough wives to go around for the average man. There are more OnlyFans workers, sex workers, and cam models than there are teachers in this country under the age of 35. And when we look at the average woman, 1 out of 3 has had an abortion, 1 out of 4 has had an STD, and 90% have been on birth control at some point in their lives. I would argue that it is not always in men's best interest to get married. Imagine, okay, you had to sign, you got a contract, and this contract says that your partner has all of the leverage. And this contract says your business partner is paid to leave you. Yes, they're paid to break this contract. And this business partner will be rewarded for ruining your life financially and emotionally. If we take the religion out of it, because the facts don't care about your religion, I'm sorry, I'm a Catholic, but we have to be honest here, you would never sign that contract. But the truth of the matter,
this is why so many men are choosing distance over disaster. Staying single has become an act of self-preservation, protection from chaos, unrealistic expectations, and emotional manipulation. Let's be honest. Accountability has become rare, and commitment now comes with more risk than reward.
of you are confused about men and thinking that they're going to stick around no matter what if they're a good man. False, because a good man will stop trying if he's feeling unwanted. And that's out of respect for you, because he doesn't want to feel like he's forcing you into anything. He just wants you to want him. And he has tried time and time again to fix things. But at some point, he's going to be done with begging and he's going to walk away.
More people are treating relationships like transactions. Emotional security, financial support, constant validation, all expected from one side. In that setup, the man becomes a service, not a partner.
ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਨੇ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਇਸ਼ਾਰੇ ਦਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਹੋਣਾ ਚ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਹਫਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਲੰਘਿਆ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਵੱਲ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਐਂਦਾ Was that not enough for you?
A man doesn't just lose interest. He gets worn down, misunderstood, drained, unappreciated, and eventually, walking away hurts less than staying invisible.
Baby, if I already ha-ha'd your story like 47 times and I'm hearting all your little pictures and breaking my finger, like, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because you're making, I feel desperate now.
After seeing men get shamed, labeled, and humiliated just for approaching, many have simply shut it down completely. No signals, no chasing, no risk. Not every man is desperate. Not every man is chasing. And some people are struggling to accept that rejection and silence exist now. That's all for today. If this message hit, follow for more. Thanks for watching MGTOW Voice. Show us your love by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Support us and help spread awareness for men around the world. We welcome a healthy debate and discussion, so feel free to comment and share your thoughts.